Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a card and I'm going to be using this stamp set that's super old from Close to My Heart. Don't even think it's available. I found that perfect cardstock on sale at Ranger. Then I'm going to be using some waterproof ink as well as my Catherine Puller ink and this distressed crayon. I also am going to be pulling in some stickles or some glitter gel, I should say, later on, and some liquid pearls. So first thing I want to do is use my MISTI and line this up on my card front. This is a really, whenever you have a layering stamp like this, it's super important that you use your stamping platform just because you run the risk of not getting perfect placement, and that can be extremely frustrating. I'm using the Catherine Puller inks because I really like the vibrancy of the colors, and I also like that I usually only have to lay them down once. However, for this card, I am laying them down twice. For this, I think it's really important that you actually use a permanent ink on your stamp before you ever lay it, because it helps you see where it's going to go inside of your layered image. So that actually is stained. I did not clean it when I used this last time, which was with this particular stamp pad. And by being able to see what the words are, I know exactly where I am placing it. The reason why I'm using waterproof ink, my Archival, is because I'm going to be coloring it in with distressed crayons and using some water. So I don't want it to bleed. I can't use my Catherine Puller to do this because that is a dye-based and it does run the chance of bleeding. So for this one, I do want to do a fun little pop of color. I just grab a scratch piece of paper, and with my Fiesta blue, I pop that down, and see there how that there's a mark in the A. Well, I don't want that. So I just simply move the stamp over and do the whole thing again. Pretty easy. And then I get that perfect stamped image. I do have everything I'm using that I can find listed for you down below. I also will have some good things to take the place of, so some good substitutes, especially for that happy birthday stamp set by Close to My Heart, because I don't think it's even available anymore. All right, so once I get this all done, I go ahead and I want to ink the edges. I do cut everything down, but I want it to be super festive and fun. So I'm going to be using my Archival inks, the little minis. I absolutely love these. Makes it perfect for just adding some distress and some color to your edges. And you can travel with them. Plus, it's better on your pocketbook because you don't have to buy a full size. You can just buy the little sets and get every color. So it's a win-win. All right, so once I get that all stamped up, I'm going to actually figure out where I want to place that. But before I do that, I actually need to start to color in my happy birthday. So to do this, I'm going to use my distress crayons as paint. I rub it off on my glass mat. It doesn't really like the silicone mat very much. And then I just spray it with some water, pick up a paintbrush, and then I just paint in a couple of these with the yellow. As I'm doing this, I discovered that I really want to do some more colors, and these distressed crayons actually blend lovely together to create new colors. So right there, I'm rubbing off, I think that's an ocean color, and I actually mix it with some of that yellow, and I get a really pretty green. And so I just go through and do this. I do that with red and yellow, and then I use some of the purple, and so on and so forth. So this is a really great medium to use on your cards or anywhere that you want to paint. I like to travel with them too, you guys, because you don't have to travel with a bunch of stuff. They can be colored with, or you can paint with them. So much you can do with distressed crayons, and it was really fun to pull these out and play with them. Now, once I get done with this, I do end up putting my It's Your Day on the front with a some foam stamps, just to, not foam stamps, but the foam adhesive just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I decide dimension, not dementia. We don't want to have that right now, right? And then I decide that I want to add in some more confetti type. And so I want this to keep the rays on it. I don't want it to flatten. So I use my Nuvo on it. And I really should stop, but I go overboard. Like after I get done here is really where I should stop, but I don't. I keep going. So my end piece on this is not my favorite, but it is what it is. So you may like the busyness of it. Personally, it's just too much, and I just went over the top on it. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you like content like this, please make sure you do so. Until next time, I am Bets Golden. Happy crafting.